His voice cut through the room like a blade. "My dad is signing the company you built to me. You get nothing." Laughter followed, a chorus of claps, silverware hitting plates, chairs scraping. And I sat there, motionless, watching my wife's brother grin at me like he had finally crushed a rival he never earned the right to face. Everyone cheered, everyone, except the family lawyer. He looked at me with that knowing smile, tight, deliberate, surgical. The kind of smile that slices through noise and finds a single throat. "Should I tell them?" he asked softly, almost politely, "or will you?" His fork dropped. My wife's brother stiffened. "Tell us what?" he demanded. But I didn't answer. I simply stood, wiped my hands with the napkin, and walked out of the house without a backward glance. Their voices blurred behind me, anger, confusion, arrogance snapping like twigs under my shoes. The cold night wrapped around me as I stepped outside. My phone vibrated. A message. Not from him, not from her, from my daughter-in-law. "If you want to join Thanksgiving, come wash the dishes." I stared at the text. A slow, humorless breath slipped from my chest. I sent her one word: enjoy. Then I uploaded a single photo. My villa in Switzerland, sunlit, sprawling, obscene in its elegance. White marble, glass walls, a mountain kissing the sky behind it. My phone began ringing. One call, then another, then another. 71 in 10 minutes. I didn't answer a single one. I knew they were afraid. And they should be. Because this wasn't the beginning. This was the moment the game ended. The truth had already been sharpened long before Thanksgiving, and I was the one who honed it. The betrayal didn't arrive with a scream. It crept quietly, wearing familiarity like perfume. It began with my wife's late-night whispers, muted laughter, hushed words leaking under the bedroom door when she thought I slept. The glow of her phone illuminating secrets she believed were hers alone. At first, I dismissed it. Fatigue, stress, a mind worn from building the company her father now pretended belonged to his son. But then I saw the shift. The way her eyes darted when I entered the room. The way she guarded her phone like a weapon. The forced affection, soft touches that felt rehearsed. Something she practiced, not something she felt. And her brother? He was suddenly everywhere, dropping by, calling her, whispering to their father in corners when they believed my back was turned. He looked at me with a strange mix of pity and triumph, as if he already knew a secret I wasn't supposed to discover. But I did. Not all at once, piece by piece. A laugh here, a slip there, two conversations that didn't match, a lie told with too much confidence. I didn't react. I didn't ask. I didn't confront. I let their deceit ferment. Rot has a smell. Even the sweetest voices can't hide it. Something wasn't only wrong. Something was planned. And I was the target. I didn't search their phones, not at first. People reveal more when they believe they're unseen. Instead, I watched. Small details, patterns, rhythms. Her sudden interest in her father's legal documents, her brother's strange questions about the company structure, her reluctance to meet my eyes when I spoke about the future. And then the financial irregularities began. Not big, not obvious, but I built that company from nothing. I know its pulse better than my own heartbeat. There were withdrawals that didn't fit, transfers that shouldn't exist, documents reviewed without my knowledge. So I played along, calm, silent, patient. I moved money, they didn't notice. I revised ownership, they didn't question. I changed the signatory authority weeks before Thanksgiving, they didn't even look. Meanwhile, I hired someone, not to spy, but to confirm. Phone records, financial reports, legal interactions, Messages between her, her father, and her brother discussing how to push me out. The plan was simple: corner me at Thanksgiving, announce the transfer, humiliate me into giving up what I built. They didn't know I had already built a new foundation beneath their feet, or that it was designed to collapse. The evidence arrived 2 days before Thanksgiving. A file, thin, precise, fatal. Messages from my wife calling me the old fool who won't see it coming. Her brother bragging about how he'd take over my company. Her father agreeing she would have a better life once I was replaced. Infidelity wasn't physical, it was worse. It was betrayal of foundation, of partnership, of loyalty. They weren't cheating on my body, they were cheating on my legacy. I read every word in silence. No anger, no heartbreak, just clarity. I confronted her the same night, calm, distant, stripped of warmth. I placed the file on the table. She skimmed 2 pages before her face collapsed. "I can explain," she whispered. "I know," I replied. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't accuse her. I didn't need to. The truth was already a knife, and she had already plunged it into herself. Thanksgiving wasn't an ambush for me. It was the burial. When her brother made the announcement, when they cheered, when she smirked, I felt nothing, because the lawyer and I had already signed the real documents. The company was no longer in my name, and it was certainly not in theirs. It belonged to a trust, my trust, untouchable, irrevocable, unbreakable. Only I controlled it. When the lawyer asked if he should reveal the truth, the room froze. I didn't need to say a word. Fear said it for me. Their world fractured before my eyes, quietly, beautifully, inevitably. And when my daughter-in-law tried reducing me to a dishwasher, I simply showed her what they all tried to steal: my villa, my life, my independence. 71 calls, all ignored. That was my revenge. Silence, distance, power. I didn't return home that night. I didn't pack a bag. I didn't check on her. I walked into a life they couldn't touch, control, or steal. A life built with precision. A life they believed they could own. I stayed in Switzerland for a week, watching the mountains swallow the sun, feeling the quiet settle inside me like a final verdict. She texted, cried, begged. Her brother threatened, then pleaded, then vanished into silence. None of it mattered, because the moment they tried to take everything from me, I realized I didn't need any of them. My final thought as I turned off my phone was simple: some betrayals free you, and I had never felt lighter.